So to begin our time today, how do you feel about starting with a breathing exercise?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so I invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable or gaze, on a spot on the floor. And I'm going to have you lift your hand up here. And when you breathe in, clench your fist and exhale and release the fist. So inhale, clench your fist, and exhale, release. And we're just going to do this for a few more breaths. Inhale and release. Okay, so I'd like to provide you on some education to start out. So I want to talk to you a little bit about post-traumatic stress disorder. It's also called PTSD. And this can occur when people experience or witness a traumatic event, something like an accident or being at war and combat, a natural disaster, or experiencing a violent assault, such as you did. So PTSD has various symptoms, including you may have intrusive thoughts, such as having flashbacks or nightmares when you're sleeping. You may have like different moods and feelings come up, such as like feeling angry. Sometimes there's a bit of self-blame. And there are times maybe you might notice yourself avoiding situations that remind you of the traumatic event. And also, it's very common for people to be really hypervigilant and kind of like a high state of arousal. Do any of those symptoms kind of feel like they fit with how you're feeling now?
Yeah, I hardly sleep. I have nightmares, constantly anxious, constantly worried that something bad's gonna happen. So
Yeah. So, with all of that being said, I think that brief eclectic psychotherapy could be a good route that we can try if you are willing to try that.
okay, you can try that.
Okay. I'd like for you to take me through the assault in as much detail as possible. And when talking about it, kind of speak about it like it's currently happening in this moment. So if you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and close your eyes.
So I was leaving work, or I am leaving work. You're right. Gotta be present. Okay. I'm leaving work. It's dark outside.
What are you wearing?
I have scrubs on, and I have my cardigan pullover sweater kind of thing on. And I had my backpack on, just like holding it by one strap on my shoulder. I didn't have it all the way on. And I heard footsteps behind me, which wasn't weird. I hear footsteps behind me, which isn't that unlikely because I'm at the time that I'm leaving, a lot of my coworkers are leaving at the same time. So I think it's just one of my coworkers, and I'm holding my backpack, and I hear the footsteps going faster, and then I get to my car, and someone who sounds like a man pushed something hard against my back and said, "Don't scream." And he was pulling at my backpack really hard, trying to get it off of me. And I held onto my bag tighter, and then I felt something hit me in the head. It might have been what he had in his hand pressed up against me. And I was on the ground, and I heard him running. I think it was him. I hear him running away. And and then I call the police because I had my phone in my back pocket. And I am taken to the hospital, and I can't remember what he looks like at the hospital. And that's pretty much where it all ends, and kind of where I'm at here now, talking to you.
Okay. What's coming up for you right now?
I'm feeling stupid. I'm feeling guilty and blaming myself that I feel like I let my bag get stolen. It had a bunch of sentimental stuff in it. It had work stuff in it, so I feel like guilty that I'm putting my workplace at risk, because it had a work computer in it. And yeah, I'm feeling like I could have fought back more. And I want you to know that what you did changed me, and you're the reason that I'm afraid.
What was it like writing all that down?
It helped. It helped me kind of shift the blame that I had towards myself and puts it back on the person who actually deserves that blame. Because I didn't do anything to deserve that. All I wanted to do was go home from work. And it helped me see the things that I'm going through a little bit more tangibly, having it all written down, that this affected me a lot more than I anticipated. I know I have all these physical things going on, like I can't sleep and I'm always scared of everything, but there's a lot more going on emotionally, and that helped me see it.
So what have you learned throughout this whole experience?
I've learned that no one is at fault for what happened to me except for the person who did it. I couldn't have fought back in the way that I imagined I would have, because I don't know what he would have done. And I've learned a lot of things about myself and how resilient I am. And these things happen all the time to a lot of people every day, which is super unfortunate, but that's just kind of the world. There are evil people, and I just happen to be one of those people that got hurt from that. And the guilt I felt about losing all my possessions and losing my work computer and everything, those are all very physical objects and earthly objects, and losing those was worth not losing my life. And I think I've learned that there's a value to life that I didn't really see before, that these things happen all the time. Not to consider myself lucky necessarily that it doesn't happen to me every day or something, but that this could happen at any given day. So I should be living my life with the most value that I can.
So now we're going to do the farewell ritual. You've chosen to burn the letter that you've written to your perpetrator. And this will be symbolism of you letting go of this and moving forward.